Hi, I'm Alisha Terhufen, your host for Living in San Diego. I'm a North County real estate expert. If you have any questions at all or you're making the move here to San Diego, I would love to hear from you. Even if your move is a year or two out, feel free to reach out to me, especially if you have any questions. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be talking about two cities in North County that I both really like, Carlsbad and Oceanside. Both of them are awesome coastal cities, but there are some differences. If you're thinking about moving to either of them, listen up because this could help you make the decision on what could be a better fit one over the other. So Carlsbad is much larger. It is south of Oceanside, and because it is maybe a little closer to downtown and things like that, the cost of homes tend to be higher usually. It also overall, I would say has better school districts than Oceanside. Obviously, there's different pockets in each city, but as a whole, on a city, if we're averaging all the public schools, Oceanside is going to rank higher because the Carlsbad Unified School District is a school district that usually ranks highest in San Diego overall. So let's go ahead and take a look at the two cities on a map. All right, let's take a look at Oceanside and Carlsbad on a map. As you can see, both Oceanside and Carlsbad are coastal cities. Oceanside is north of Carlsbad. Let me draw a rough outline of Oceanside. So it roughly kind of goes out like this, next to Bonsall and Vista. It does encompass this Ocean Hills neighborhood. And so, yeah, that's a rough outline of Oceanside. All right, so Carlsbad is roughly just south of Oceanside and next to San Marcos, and it is just north of Encinitas. Oh, it also encompasses this. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, we have Legoland right here. The flower fields are right here. It's like half a mile from each other. And yeah, really beautiful. It has a much bigger coastal line than Oceanside does. All right, let's talk about tourism in Oceanside versus San Diego. While both of these coastal cities both have beautiful beaches, since Carlsbad is bigger, usually Carlsbad beaches aren't as crowded. And I have also noticed just from living here that when I have gone to Oceanside, sometimes the beach area can seem really shallow, meaning that when high tide comes up, you're sometimes forced to pack up your gear and leave for the day or wait out the tide on the rocks. This is especially true when you're near Oceanside Pier. I've noticed that the beach is really shallow, where I've never really experienced that in Carlsbad. So yeah, both tourist cities, but Carlsbad also has the flower fields, which attracts thousands of visitors annually. And it also has Legoland, which is also a lot of fun. And they're very close to each other, actually, Legoland and the flower fields. Both of these attract thousands, hundreds of thousands of visitors every single year. All right, let's talk about transportation in Oceanside compared to Carlsbad. While both of these cities offer great access to major freeways, Oceanside has a train station in the city. So they both have access to the coastal that is local, that runs up and down the San Diego coast. But let's say you're wanting to commute to maybe LA a couple times a year or month. Oceanside is going to have a train that will easily allow you to commute to LA area. So that is one pro with Oceanside. If commuting to LA is part of your job or anything like that, Oceanside does have access to that train center. But other than that, access to freeways and downtown are pretty much the same. The only other thing would be Oceanside is north of Carlsbad, making your commute to downtown San Diego a little longer.
Reference of what it would be like to commute downtown. Okay, so I am filming this in the afternoon, so starting to get some traffic here. So it takes roughly around 42 minutes. The biggest factor would be how far inland you are in Carlsbad. As you can see, it's just taking right from the 5. So that being said, if it also takes Oceanside right off the 5, it's not going to be that big of a difference. Okay, so 2-minute difference from right off the 5 in Carlsbad and right off the 5 in Oceanside. So they're very close. The biggest factor is where in Oceanside and Carlsbad you live, how many minutes it takes you to get to the 5. So another way that you can commute downtown, if that's something that you'll be needing to do regularly, they have a coastal service that runs a few times a day, northbound and southbound. The last stop is Oceanside, but there's probably 11 or 12 stops between Oceanside, and it goes all the way downtown, close to the airport. So that's it also goes downtown, so even further south from the airport. So that's a great option as well. And it's a beautiful scenic view because it does go right along the ocean. And I know a few friends that do this. They love it because they can be working while they're commuting and they're not dependent on leaving work at before or after a rush hour, since they're on the coaster where there's not going to be any kind of traffic jams that they may have to deal with if they were driving on the freeway. So that's something that's great as well.
One thing I really do like about Oceanside is it has a military presence. Oceanside is home to Camp Pendleton, which is a Marine base, and it has probably 20 miles of training land between Oceanside and San Clemente. So if you're ever driving on the 5 freeway between Oceanside and San Clemente, you're driving through military area where they use that land for training. So that's something that's pretty cool. We do like a bike ride off the freeway there. Las Pulgas has a bike ride that actually takes you on to some of that military land where you could walk around and easily see really cool helicopters flying and things like that. So I really love that about Oceanside, that it has a military presence.
I did reference in the video that my family sometimes does a bike ride off the Las Pulgas exit that's right off here off the 5. So there's a little bike trail along here, and actually crosses under the freeway. And so that's a little fun bike ride to do.
Overall, Oceanside and Carlsbad are both beautiful, welcoming cities, but there are some differences as I went over in cost of living, school districts, and beach life when it comes to Oceanside versus Carlsbad. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're thinking of making the move to either cities. I would love to be of help to you, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.